Hello and welcome to this beard clipper video. Now this is the first in a series of videos that are very, very dear to me, very close to my heart. Our regular viewers will know that Rosie, my daughter, last year started getting involved in my hobbying, which is just the best thing in the world, frankly. And this is the first project we did together. Now, it wasn't, I believe, I can't remember, I'm recording this quite a long while later, but I don't think it was initially thought of as an idea to do with Rosie, because I'm not going to be pushing her to do anything, really. You know, she can create her own life and write her own story, but she was always welcome to join me, and during this project she asked to join me, and it was a great pleasure and we had a lot of fun. And there are several more videos already completed as I stand here recording this introduction, so this will be a series that will be going on for the next few weeks, and we've just started another project as I stand here as well, so hopefully this will go on, and hopefully she will work with me and have fun with me and create with me for many years to come, so let's hope. I really hope you enjoy this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, as always. I love those comments, they really inspire me and encourage me, and I love the reaction that having Rosie involved in my creativity has had on the channel. It's just been really encouraging and inspiring to me, and I know that she loves those times with her daddy, and I love those times with her. So I'll stop rambling now. Thank you for listening to me. Please enjoy the video, let me know what you think, and I'll see you again at the end. I have my little helper with me again. Looking forward to this. Right, so these are the last three. Do you remember I used to have these on the floor and I kept tripping over them? These are the last three, all the rest have been made. And this is what we're going to end up doing. We're going to make something like this. So I need your opinion, Rosie. Which do you prefer? Do you prefer it like this? Or do you like it like that?
I like it like this.
Okay, so that's fine. So we're going to do that. So the first thing we're going to do then, and you can help me with this, is we're going to glue it in place. So if you can just hold that like that, and what I'll put it on the table up here and hold it like that. Hold it still so it doesn't move. Good girl. We're going to put this glue all the way across here. Okay.
Like a D for Daddy.
Like a D for Daddy, yes. And then what we're going to do, if you turn this round like this, hold this, can you press that down? Press hard. There we are, that's it, perfect. And that is now glued in place. I will smooth it off. I won't ask you to do that because Mummy will shout at us if we get you all filthy. So I will do the fingering with the glue. There we are. And what we're going to do, we're going to leave that to dry. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to get my knife, which I won't let you do. I'm very sorry, love. You are too little. So just let me do this bit.
No, I'm not.
No, this is very, very sharp. You are too little for this, darling. You're very awesome, but you are too little. And what we're going to do is we're just going to cut that a little bit at an angle. And we're going to do the same thing. So cut that at an angle. See how sharp that knife is? Yeah, you want to be very careful. You don't want to hurt yourself on that. And I cut it wrong, as always. So we'll just shave that again. And what we're going to do is we're going to put some more glue on this, and we will save these and use these somewhere else in the build. So that, you see, can go there. So again, if you can hold this upright, so just hold, don't put it on the top, hold it on the sides. Just hold it there, that's it, perfect. We'll get some glue on the top. Look at all that glue. There we are. We'll do it like a wiggly worm this time, shall we? There we are. And if you can put your finger just under the side there and hold it, and I'll press it in. And there we are. I'll press that in nice and tight. And there we have it. So that, we're going to leave that like that for now because we need that glue to dry. And then next time you help me, what we'll do is we'll paint it. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Thank you for your help, love.
I like it white.
You want it white? Okay, well we will paint it white then.
I like it orange or purple.
Orange or purple? Okay.
I like all of colours.
I know. Well, we can pick the colour you want and we'll do it together, okay?
All the colours.
I know you do. Thank you very much for your help, love. Right, so just another little thing. I've been looking at the offcuts and I've realised that that could really usefully go in there. So, yeah, just going to quickly glue that in. Rosie is currently gathering more bits and pieces for us to use in this recycle build. And she's just passing them to me. She's found these, which are my blanks. So we will try to make use of those in this build. But anyway, there we are. So I'm going to stick that little ramp in there. I think that's going to work quite nicely. I'm considering going with modelling compound on this. This is very thin, so I'm thinking of modelling compound a bit as well. So yes, but anyway, Rosie will be involved in all stages of this project. That's my plan anyway. So this is dried nicely. I'm not going to do too much without Rosie here because I really would like her to be involved in all of this, but this bit is actually going to be me carving away with a knife, so she wouldn't really be able to be involved with that anyway. So it's very flippy floppy, so I need to secure it a little bit. So what I've got done is I've gone and found this blue foam here, which is very cool for off cut, so it fits in with the theme. And all I'm going to do is smooth the edge with the knife so that it has a ramp up to it. Yeah, what I might do is put a few divots in it so it's not quite so flat. But I am seriously thinking about putting and having fun with Rosie tomorrow with the modelling compound. So I may not do that. So yeah, what I'm going to do is just come along with the knife and cut a slope into it like this. Now unfortunately these will be waste because there really isn't anything I can think of off the top of my head to use them for, and also I do have so much of this often that I don't really need to say that I do this technique a lot. So anyway, a little bit of a nasty sound and a little bit kind of samey, so I'll just get that done, and then tomorrow with Rosie we'll glue it in place, and then when we've glued it in place we'll start probably with modelling compound pretty much straight away because this is very grabby, this glue, so that's fine, so I can do that all tomorrow. It's school holidays here anyway, so we'll have plenty of chance tomorrow to get this done. So yeah, I'll do that carving, bring you back for the next step shortly. So what we're going to do, this is now dried really nicely, what we're going to do is we're going to stick this to that. And the reason is, if you look at how floppy that is, that's not very secure, is it? It's going to break. So what we're going to do, and you can help me with this, I'm going to get the same glue, and if you help me, I'll press and you guide it. We need to squish it all over the bottom of this. So I'll press and you guide it around like this. Very good, Rosie. A little bit more.
Tractor.
There you are. We'll make a tractor at some other time. Don't you worry about it, love. Should we write an X there? Oh, there we are. And then, shall I do this one? This is a bit difficult because you've got to kind of like scrape it off, otherwise it doesn't work. Right, there we are. So we'll put that down. And what we'll do now is turn it over, position it carefully, and when it's positioned,
Can I touch?
you can press it down. So you can press it down here. Press it down. There we are. Good girl. Make
Can I
it.
touch it?
You certainly can, love. Don't touch the white stuff because it's sticky still. But you can touch it. That's now set. There we are. I think I'm happy with that. Yeah? So we'll let that go off. And then later on, you can help me with some modelling compound. How about that? I'll put the lid on. That's very good advice. Don't forget the lid when you're working with glue. Very well done, Rosie. So I'll put the lid on there. And later on today, Roo, we'll put some modelling compound on it, okay?
Yay!
Yay! Thank you for your help again. Right, so we're back, and what we're going to do is just explain to Rosie, we're going to mix up some modelling compound. So what I do here, you watch him. What I do here is I take some of this powder.
Yeah.
You see that? And then I get water. Okay, this makes it into a little mush. And then we mix it up like this.
Can I do it?
Let me put a little bit more water in, and then of course you can. Wait a second. There we are, a little bit of water. Right, put your finger in, just one finger, and stir it like this, just with your finger.
But it's hot.
It's not hot. You gonna stir it?
No.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you want to do it, you can.
Okay.
It's very squidgy and fun. Oh, thank you for helping with the water. Right, so what we do is we get this to the right consistency, so it's thick enough. About like that. That's maybe actually a little bit too watery, but it'll be okay. And then
Daddy?
we pick it up and we put it on there. Do you want to do that? Do you want to pick some up and put it on there?
No.
Do you not want to? This is the fun bit. Pick it up, put it on there. Okay? Do you want to smooth that out? Just touch it.
No, I don't want to. I will get my hands dirty.
Yes, you will get your hands dirty and then we'll clean them.
But I don't like.
You don't want to get dirty? Okay, well this is how we do modelling compound.
Mummy will shout.
Mummy won't shout at you. Mummy won't shout at you. Come on, have a little go. No, no, no. Oh, I thought this would be the bit that you'd like the best. Anyway, see what I'm doing here? I'm spreading it all out, yeah? And pushing it around.
I like some more in.
We will make some more in a minute, but probably not on camera. Come on, just take a little bit. Go on, I'll keep you safe from Mummy, don't worry. Pick a little bit up with your finger.
I don't want.
No? Okay. I've no idea where you get this cleanness from. And obviously from your mother. Isn't it, love?
I like to paint.
Yeah, well the next stage will be painting, I think, probably. Near enough. So what we'll do is once we've emptied this pot, we will mix some more up, we'll put some more on until we've covered the entirety of the base with modelling compound. Okay?
I like some water in it. And
Yeah.
then put it in.
Absolutely, this is it. We put powder in and then we put the water in. Right, so I'm going to wash my hands because as you said they get dirty, and then we're going to mix up another one. Okay? So as you saw, Rosie did get her hands dirty, which is brilliant. So what we've got now, this is a stone that Rosie picked up off the drive. Let me just show it to the camera. It's nice and sparkly, which is very pretty. So what we're going to do is this one is going to eventually get stuck down in here. But what we need to do is before we stick it down, we need to just press it in. Do you want it to go there? We need to press it in and then take it out again. And what that does, can you see, it makes a little kind of like mark in the compound where we're going to glue it eventually. So we'll take that to one side, and when we're finished we can glue that stone in there and there'll be a space for it in the modelling compound. Okay?
Yeah.
Good girl.
Dirty.
It is dirty, it's glue, it's been used a lot. Right, so what we're going to do now, Rosie, is we're going to put some sand, some gravel and sand onto the base. So what I need you to do is dip your brush in there and put some glue somewhere on this base. Just go blub, 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 blub. Then do a little bit more maybe. Just be a little bit quicker as you come over so you don't drip it. Very good. So what we'll do now, take that, and you see in here, let me just pull this round here so you can see properly. You see in here we've got some stones. Let me show you and then you can do the next one. So pick up a small amount of stones and just kind of scatter them on top of the glue that you just poured. So you get some more stones, just a couple, and put them on top of the glue that you just poured. Very good, there we are, and I'll do a little bit more. Okay, so what we're going to do that over and over, all over the base. Okay, so get the brush again and get some more and put some over here now maybe. Very good, and a little bit more, maybe a bit more around the corner. So like here, that's it. Go, 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 quick, quick. Don't worry if it drips, it doesn't matter too much. Go! Very good. Right, we'll take that over here, get some more stones and drop them on top of that glue now. Opa. It's okay, don't worry about it, we'll pick them up. So make sure that they drop onto the glue. You see where the glue is? That's it. So what we're going to do now, we're going to pick these stones that have fallen off and put them in. Okay? Cool.
Glue.
Glue, yes. So this is watered down glue. It's very runny glue. I made it myself.
It's my
There we are.
I like to
Right, so yeah, hold that now. let's keep turning it round and we'll keep working around. We'll turn the camera off now and we'll turn it back on again when we get to the next step. So Rosie did all of the big stones, but now I've had to carry on without her because she's declared, I've had enough of helping you, Daddy. She will be back. But because I need to do this all at the same time, I'm cracking on a little bit more. And what I'm doing is I'm putting on smaller and smaller stones. So I'm painting on more PVA, also using it to kind of seal some of the looser stones that we have from the first application. And then I'm going to put, not going down to sand I don't think, but going down to, so this is the next size. You can see they are smaller, and then I'll also do the size smaller than this as well probably, and just totally put lots and lots of texture all over this base. So I've asked Rosie to help me, but like I say, she doesn't want to, and I want to do all this at the same time, so unfortunately I'm having to work without her, which is a shame, but she's done quite a lot of it already. This is only a very small part of the process. Next bit, painting it all black, I'm sure she'll have every involvement. So yeah, there we are, a bit more glue, and then I'll come along with the smallest grade that I'm going to do, and then we'll leave it all to dry. So grab the smaller grade. I think this one's got a spoon in it rather than a, yes, rather than a pate, what's it? And this, we're just going to scatter all over the top of everything. And this is why I wanted to do it all at once. So I wasn't putting glue over the top of the bigger stones. That would then mean that this was sitting on top of the bigger stones. It would actually fall down in between. So there we are. Right, next time we do this project, Rosie will definitely be here. It's a shame that she's not for this, but she's helping Mummy, so she's not gone off to the, yeah, whatever. Anyway, enough chattering. I'm loving having Rosie involved in my build. I hope you're enjoying seeing her. I'll get this done and bring you back for the next step when we get to it. Right, so Rosie's got her step, and what we're now going to do is going to paint all of this black. And you're very excited, aren't you, love? So put your brush in and then start painting up here. And we'll move that so I can get access, and you just paint until you're bored and then stop. And if you can paint the top, I'll paint the bottom. Just cover it all with black. Don't dab, brush, that's it, good girl. Do you want me to move it closer to you?
Yeah.
Okay. There you are. I'll move that out of the way. And I'm going to paint down here because this is the hard bit. The difficulty we've got here is that not all of the gravel I put on is actually stuck, so it's moving around a little bit, so I wouldn't want to ask you to do that. So yeah, what we're going to do in a minute, turn the camera off because, yeah, well, we're just going to paint it. We're going to put at least one coat of black on. We might come back tomorrow or later tonight and do another one. But the whole thing needs to be painted black. Thank you for your help, Rosie. You enjoying this project?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me move that a little bit closer to you again. There you go, love. And let's put that there. Oh. Right, we'll turn the camera off, and when we're done, look at this Meister at work. Fantastic, Rosie, good girl.
Are you going to help?
I am going to help, but I'm just going to say that what we're doing, you couldn't wait. We're going to be painting orange grout. Just pick up a little bit at a time, don't pick up too much or it'll drip. That's it, good girl. We're painting orange grout. Let me pull that a bit closer to you. How about that? All over the top arch because Rosie wanted it to be orange. Didn't you, love?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, this is mixed up in my usual way. A bit of PVA, bit of grout, bit of dust, splash of water. And we're going to paint this all over. Paint it on here. Don't paint the sides of the don't paint the sides of the thing. Paint it on here. You're going to paint it all over this upper rock structure. So, yeah, let's get it done. Well, that was incredible. I can't tell you the joy I get from hobbying with Rosie. Absolutely wonderful. See, a bit of a mess, but whatever, doesn't matter. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to paint over with the bits that got orange with black again, and I'm going to put the second coat of the of this on, just because, yeah, I want to get on with this. Me and Rosie, as you saw, we did it all together, and yeah, she's doing such a good job. 3 years old and painting so carefully and doing. I'm just blown away, really. Honestly, very proud daddy right now. So yeah, so I'm going to paint over the black bits, but first of all, I'll put a second coat of the grout mixture on, and then when that's dried, then I'll paint over the black bits, and then we're going to dry brush the stones and also do a little bit of dry brushing on this, and then we'll be done. So pretty cool. I'm really excited about how this is looking, and like I say, just loving doing my hobbying with Rosie. Right, so now we come to the dry brushing, which you're going to have to listen to instruction, Rosie. You have to follow and watch what Daddy does, okay? Because this isn't the same as just slapping paint on. This isn't the same. Yeah, I touched up the black last night while you were asleep, yes, just to make it to this stage. Right, so watch what Daddy does. What we're going to do is we're going to put a very little bit of paint like that on our brush, and then take a lot of it off on here, and then you come along and you brush it over, and can you see there's there's a very little bit of paint that goes on. So you dab it in. Okay, you get a little bit on there. You take most of it off on the paper towel. Most of it off on the paper towel, that's it. And now just come along and maybe do the sides, you'll find it easier. Like that. You see? Can you see? Can you see it going a bit yellow? Yeah? So get a little bit more. Take most of it off on the paper towel. And then dry brush it on. Do the sides, it's easier. It's easier if you do the sides. That's it, good girl, there we are. So yeah, we're going to dry brush all over the orange. Make sure to remember to take most of it off on the paper towel. Quite a lot off. Loads of it off. That's it, good girl. Do the sides. There we are. And this will really bring out the texture and make it look awesome. As I say, the key is not having very much paint on your brush. So take it off. Take it off on here. That's it, good girl. Very cool.
Why are we not doing here?
We'll do there next. You do different colours at different times. Good girl. No, because it's dry brush, love. You see, we don't need very much paint. Right, so we'll crack on with this. When we come to the next colour, we'll turn the camera on. Right, so we actually ended up doing orange as well on that, but I didn't turn the camera on because I forgot. But what we're going to do now is we're going to do grey on the bottom. So watch what I do, and then you can help. So again, you get some on your brush, same technique. Take most of it off, and then just brush it over. And can you see how that changes the colour?
Yeah.
So you take most of it off, so get it in there, just a little dab. That's it. Now take most of it off on here. Take lots of it off like that, that's it.
Really hard.
It is, just dab, dib, dib. Take it off, there we are. Right, now come in and just brush over. Can you see? Look what you're doing.
Help me.
Well, I'm going to help you because you haven't done it before. Right, take it off. This is the only thing that you forget, isn't it? You forget to take the paint off. It doesn't work as a dry brush if you've got lots of paint on your brush. So dab it in, take most of it off, and then come along and dry brush it.
Why are we not doing the top?
Because we're doing the grey on the stones. We've done the top. We might do some more colours on the top, but probably not. Right, so get a little bit of paint, put it on there, and then dry brush it. You do round here. Do round there. Good girl. So what we do is, once we've done the dark grey, which is what we're doing now, we'll come along and we'll do a lighter grey later, but this needs to dry. So we're just going to do the dark grey now. So get a little bit of paint, take most of it off. Let's turn that over now. There we are, most of it off. Most of it off from the top, that's it. Still had quite a lot on there. And hold it vertical, like this, right like this. You see, like that. Well, you were doing it wrong. I want to show you how to do it. There we are. Right, I'm going to turn it around now. You are a funny one. Right, wipe most of it off. And then brush. You are a funny one, you. Don't help you. You need to take a little bit better at taking instruction, my love. but you are doing very well. You're only 3. I need to remember that. I forget that you're only 3. Oh, steady. You're welcome. Right, so very shortly we'll have finished. Do this bit here. Take most of it off on the paper. That's it. More of that off. More off on the paper. There we are. And now do this bit. Over here. Don't do it on the orange. Don't do it on the orange.
I'd like to do it.
No, not yet. We'll do the orange again a bit later. Right, we're done. Look, can you see what we've done? That was fun to watch, I'm sure. You're very, very good at doing that, but you do need to listen a little bit better to instruction, little Bobbit. You can touch it if you want, yes. Good girl. There we are. Right, so we'll let that dry, and we'll come back with the lighter grey later, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Right, here we are again, back with my super duper duper helper, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing some dry brushing, so just get the very tip of it in, that's all you need, don't need more than that. Take most of it off, like that, most of it off, and then brush it over the top of the grey. And we're going to get all of this, like this, quite light brushes. And what we're going to do is once we've done this, we will then think about what other colours that you might want on the bottom, and we will add them on. So put some paint on, take most of it off on the paper towel. Paper towel first, don't forget that bit, good girl. And try to remember where you've done, and do where you, and don't do the same bit over and over again. Right,
It's so hard.
it is hard, but you're very, very good at it. So keep going, there's still enough paint on there, you don't need to get more paint yet. Just like that, you see? Very good girl, well done. No, you can keep going, you don't need more paint, you've got plenty of paint on your brush. Right upright. See how upright mine is? That's it, good girl, there we are, there we are. Oh, no, whoa, that was way too much. Just touch the top of the paint. Let me take that off, it's okay. Good girl, right now take most of the paint off on that. Lots of the paint off. Really take lots of paint off. We don't want it smearing. Good girl. That's perfect. Don't do that yet. No, we're going to come back to do that later. It's not time to do that bit yet. Remember, in hobbying, it's all about patience. And
What's that?
oh, you'll see that in a minute. I'll show you that in a second. Right, let's turn this round. We've done this side pretty much. Let's turn this around. Get a little bit more paint. Don't dip it right in. Just a little bit. Take most of it off over on this towel. Lots of it off, there we are, and now dry brush. Yeah, let's turn it over, very good girl. Now, nice and light. Take most of it off on your towel. Bit more of that off on the towel, keep going. That's it, good girl. And now, now brush it dry, don't get more paint.
And this was turning round.
Okay. I thought you were going to try and put more paint on. You are doing an excellent job. Don't worry about if you touch these sides. Try not to, but don't worry if you do. And there we are. That is pretty much done, I think. No, take paint off. Take paint off, remember. It's dry brushing, so you need to remember to take the paint off. There we are. No, you do it. There we are. It's ready now. Good. Cool.
We need to do that side.
We've done that side. That's all we need. We're going to do more colours on this. But if you think about it, Rosie, this is underneath the shadow, so it's going to be darker under here than it is out here.
I like to do.
What colour will you want to do next?
I like to do purple.
Right. Okay. So next time we'll do purple. Okay.
Yes, purple.
And what after that?
Orange.
Purple and orange. I thought you might say that. Right. But we need to let that dry. We need to wash these brushes, and then we could do purple and orange. Okay. Good girl. So, Rosie knows how to dry brush. She's just been telling me. Do you want to say what do you do when you dry brush?
Put it on and clean it off.
Well done. So we make sure that we remove most of our paint on that before we put it on there. And we've picked 4 colours. We have purple, we have orange, we have bright pink, and we have bright yellow. And we're going to dry brush right now all together, all over that with this. So, as I always do, I've given them a good shake. And what we have is the paint pot lid, so that we don't knock the paint over. So you put your brush in there. Don't forget, you take it off.
Yeah.
Take lots of it off. That's it. And now very gently. Oh, that's too much. Little lighter, little lighter. That's it. Oh, still got too much paint. Too much paint. Do very, very, very gentle. You do it. Hold it very gently. Go here and brush across. There we are. Do you see how little you're getting off there? Right, you go. I'm not going to do any of this. This is going to be all Rosie. You don't need to get more paint. You have plenty of paint on there. That's it. Right.
Oh, you're buzzing.
That's it. So now brush all around everywhere. Once you've done one bit, move on. Over here. That's it. Right, let's move that closer to you. Very good. Now how about here? You got plenty of purple. You've had enough? What do you mean had enough? You only just started, child. Do you want to do the orange? Do you want to do the orange? Right, okay, well I'll finish the purple then, and then we'll do the orange. We're doing all 4 colours now. Watch how Daddy does it and you do the orange. Do you see how light I'm going?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to be doing.
You do that with a different brush. Yes, so we've got 4 brushes for 4 colours.
Now we got 2.
There we are. Right, so that's all the purple. Look at that. Can you see how lovely that is now with the purple? Yes. So what we're going to do now is get the orange. And remember, take most of it off. Right, so, don't worry, that's dried paint. So dip it in there briefly, just a little bit. Don't dip it in too hard, otherwise you'll get too much on it. That's a little bit more maybe. Yeah, let me help. There we are. Right, now take most of it off on this paper. Lots and lots off. Turn it around. Turn it around. Oh, don't worry. We'll wash your hand. Right, that's good now. That's good now. Now dry brush very gently, remember. Hold it a little bit higher up and dry brush very gently. Very gently. That's it. Very good. Very good. Now move to another place and do a bit more somewhere else. Maybe here. Yeah. Wonderful. Can you see just a little bits going on? Yeah?
What's that?
That's dried paint. Right, do a little bit more over here. Over there, maybe. Underneath the arch in here. You had enough? Do you want me to do the rest of the orange? Right, I'll finish the orange.
I do.
And I'm going to put some...
Red.
Look.
I do a pink. I do a pink.
Okay, but look, Rosie, I'm putting some on... I was hoping that you were going to do all this dry brushing, but it's just a bit not so exciting, is it, doing small things? You want to do big things. I understand. There we are. So we'll just finish the orange. Can you see how it's bringing little patches of colour? It's not so much about having lots of colour as just the hint of colour. Right, so that's that. So you want to do pink now, do you?
No, you do that.
I'll do yellow next, shall I? If I can get the yellow bottle open. Right. This yellow bottle doesn't want to open. I might use that yellow that's up there. Let me use that instead. Yeah, that opens. Right, so I'll use this one. So I'll do this one, yeah? And I'll use this dodgy brush. Right, watch.
That one not work?
Because I couldn't get the lid off and I can't be bothered fighting it. There we are, look. Look, what's the yellow?
Yeah. What's that?
That's dried paint.
It isn't coming on.
No, it's dry.
Why is it dry?
Because this is a very old pot of paint.
Oh, it's on there.
There we are, look.
Can I play with it?
You are playing with it.
Can I play with it?
Do you want to do the pink? Do you want to do the pink now?
You're not doing a pink.
Do you want to do the pink?
Yes.
I need that now, thank you. We'll sweep that up later. The chaos of working with a toddler. But you are awesome, Rosie, so it's okay. Right, so remember what you do. There's your paintbrush. Let's get you some clean paper. Put some paint on the brush. That's enough. Brush most of it off.
Oh!
Most of it off. You've got lots on there, so let's take lots of it off.
Oh!
There we are. Right, now you can, and now go for it. Brush, hot pink. Brush lots of places, not just in one place. Over here as well. Maybe around the corner. Let's turn this around. Good girl. Keep going. How awesome is that looking now? Do you like it? I do. There we are. And let's just put a little bit here. That's it. Turn the brush round.
Oh, no, no, no.
Oh, Turn the brush around, you've run out of paper. That's it, paint. There we are, so now you can go ahead.
No,
You want to do that top bit? You had enough now? Oh, well, you've done very well. Thank you very much for doing that. So we've not quite finished this project yet. We've got some wood to do, but we're going on holiday, aren't we, Rosie? So we will look at this when we get home from holiday, I think.
Can I do this?
Yes, of course you can. What do you think, love? Do you like it?
Yes.
Good.
What
Say,
colour noise?
that's it, we're done. We've done all 4. That's all the colours we're putting on. So say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good girl. We're ready. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to paint up some of these offcuts of sprue, and we're going to put them onto the build later. So what we've got here is we've got some brown paint, and what I wanted to do is get some paint and paint it onto that bit there. And I'll just show we're going to paint these sorts of funny shapes. Yeah, just get paint and slap it on all the way down there. That's it. That's it. Good girl. Keep going. Good girl. Right, we'll move that to one side and then do all of that. And these will end up getting stuck onto the build. And go right from the top if you want. These will end up getting stuck on the build, and we'll dry brush them later. Probably not before a holiday now. That's it. All the way to the top. All the way up. All the way to there. Very good. Right, we'll put that one to one side now. And now what I want to do is paint along there. So these are all sprue offcuts from blots, the buildings I've been doing recently. And there's some fantastic shapes. So I thought, you know what, we're going to do that. Perfect. Right, that's done. So now what we're going to do is paint this one and that one. So do that and that. So yeah, and they're just going to, the idea is that this build potentially is maybe an old structure that's kind of, you know, from an ancient city, and these are going to be details which are left behind. So just these blocks here. So there's going to be these regular shapes that will also tie into the fact that there is some, a little bit more on that. There is, you've got plenty of paint on your paintbrush. So you don't need to have slapping paint on. You don't need to have lots and lots of paint. There's loads of paint there. There we are. Right, now we're nearly done. So yeah, these will be just these ones here, and finally that there, and then we're done on this. So yeah, so I've left the texture of the XPS on, which is potentially, don't put so much on because you're wasting a lot of paint by slapping so much on like that. Just take a little bit, take most of it off, and then paint. Like that. Right, last one. You've got enough paint in your paintbrush already. Just this bit here. Rosie loves slapping paint on the paintings, don't you, darling? More paint the merrier, yeah? Yeah. Anyway, so there we are. We will let that dry, and what we'll do is once that's dry, we will paint the other side, but we'll do that later. So if you just finish this off, we'll paint the other side, and then we'll dry brush it, and then we'll stick it in place. You've got plenty of paint on your paintbrush, love. She loves using paint. Right, just paint the, what's it? Like this, look. How about that? Done?
Yeah.
Finished? Well done, Rosie. Good girl. You having fun? Oh, you're going to paint that as well? We're going to have that on as well. Good girl. You paint a bit more?
Because you don't do it till at night.
No, that's a good idea. We might need a line. We might need a straight line bit, mightn't we? Good girl. That's dry, that. You don't want that bit. That one's a dry bit. That one should probably go in the bin. Let me peel that out of the way.
Oh.
There we are. That can all come out. There we are. Much better. Good girl. You done now?
No.
No? Okay. Very good. No, no, I'm not going to. We're recording. We're recording. Are you done now, Roo?
No.
No.
Still no.
Still no. You got to paint it all. You're not got enough paint to paint it all.
Oh, wrong one.
You do it now.
We've run out of paint, I think, haven't we? Let me just get the last bit off. There we are. Did you enjoy that, love?
Yeah.
Good girl.
Yeah. No.
Right, so we're back doing this. And Rosie, do you remember that we painted this wood?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do now, this is something that I need to do. It's going to be a little bit dangerous for you to do. But I'm going to come along and I'm going to cut these out like that.
Why?
Because then what we're going to do is we're going to glue them on like this and like that. So what I'm going to do is come along to all of this bits of wood that we painted up, and I'm just going to snip it out like that, and then in a minute we're both going to glue it in place. Okay? Cool. Right, let's have a look and see where we think these are going to go. So what I was thinking, and you tell me if you like it, I was thinking about maybe gluing like that.
I like it.
Do you like that? So shall we do some like that, and some like that, and some like that, and some like that? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4 bits there. That's good.
No,
And that, what do we want to do with that one? Do you want to do that one like this?
Greetings to do a fucking
Why? Where do you want that one to be stuck?
up here.
Okay, that's a good idea. So should we do that one first? Right, so what we're going to do, and I'll let you do the glue. What we're going to do,
Why
if I could open the glue up, it's got a bit clogged, so just give me a second. There we are, sorted. So, you take the glue and just put a little splodge on each section. Bloop, 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 bloop. Okay? And then put it up here where you want it, and put it glue side down where you want it. Like that. Okay, leave it alone, that'll stay. We'll come back to that later and it'll be dry. Good girl. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do our little kind of like cross pieces like that. So what you need to do, and I'll show you on the first one and you can do the next ones, okay? So what you need to do is you need to put a blob on one end, like that, and a blob on the other, like that. And then, oh, careful, don't fall off. You almost fell off. And then very carefully press it in place. And don't touch it now, because if you touch that, it will fall off. So let's move the camera out a little bit and you do the next blob. So we need to do a blob on one end and a blob on the other. You gonna do that?
No, you that.
Are you sure? Do you want to help me?
I had enough.
You want to help me?
I did this one.
You did do that one. You did that one very well. Will you watch what I'm doing? Blob there. Blob there. Oops, did a bit of a mess, but it's okay. And then what we'll do is we'll stick that like that.
Okay.
If it works.
That's
Yes.
like-
Oh, it
oh.
didn't stay.
That's like a roof.
It is.
And that's like a balcony.
Yeah, well done. Let's see if a little bit of a clamp might not be in order here. And that will hold it in place, you see. So this is what I use clamps for. You see, that holds it in place now. How about that? Right, we're nearly done. So let's do these last two over here this side. We'll do, actually, let's do shorter ones there. Let's do that one. So we'll do a little bit of glue there. A little bit of glue there.
4.
There we are. And we will stick that one
1,
like that.
2, 3.
We've got 3 left now, yes. And I think I'm going to need to clamp that one as well. So let's get another clamp.
The lower one.
Another clamp there. And just clamp that in place. Oh dear. Don't worry, it's okay. Don't worry, we'll clamp that one as well. I think we're going to need to clamp everything. I think my hope that it would just stick was a faint hope.
Another lower one.
The yellow one, yes. Right, so we'll just glue that. And we'll clamp that in place. There. And I'm going to do another clamp for the bottom because that's actually now bending away. So we'll clamp that side as well. Okay.
Okay.
There we are. Right, so now we'll do this one across here. I think we'll do another short one.
Another 2. Each one at each side.
There we are, exactly, yes. Right, wait a second.
We need these ones.
Yeah, we'll work out, that fell again. That's right, we'll work out where we're going to put those in a second, okay?
You need to glue it.
We shall do.
I'm going to put it there.
Oh, that's a good idea. Well done. We'll do that, shall we?
Yeah.
And let me just clamp this in place and then we'll look at that. There we are. Right, so let me turn this round so I can see.
Like there.
Right, so where do you think? Do you want them going up like that?
Yes.
Do you want them both next to each other?
Yes.
Like that?
That one is going to be there.
That's a good idea. Right, so what we'll do is we'll put some glue down this. Like that. And we'll do that. And I will get a clamp at the top. Oh, it's always good to have clamps within reach. That's another lesson for you, young lady. You can never have too many clamps. Now, wait a second for me to do this and then... You don't need to reach, love.
I do.
No, you don't, because we're going to turn it round.
Okay.
But first, I'm just clamping this one in place so it dries. There we are. And we'll turn this round.
I got one. And I
Doesn't matter.
will dry off.
And we'll put that there. That's a really good place to put it. You're very, very clever to have worked that one out, Rosie. That's very cool.
Good, that's good.
There we are. And then I'll just need one more clamp. I'll have to put it a little bit to one side so the clamp can reach. Yes, there we are. Then we'll clamp that. And there we are. How about that? Are you happy with that? Good. Right, so now we're going to do something new for you, aren't we, Rose? We're going to do some flocking, or as you say, sprinkle. If I can open the lid, I can. There we are. So I will show you first, and then you can do the next one, okay? So what we do is we take a little bit of paint, and you just blob it on where you want to have your sprinkle. So don't dip it right in, just dip the edge in, as you do. And we'll put a little patch of purple there.
Daddy, we come back later and touch it.
Yes. Once it's dry, then we can. And then what you do, you get a pinch like when you're feeding your fish, and you just drop it on like that. Do you see?
Okay.
So do you want to do it just a little bit at a time, not too much, and drop it on. Perfect.
Okay.
Do you want to do the glue now?
Yes.
Go on then. So where do you want the next bit to go? Do you want some up here maybe?
Yes.
Okay, so take a little bit of glue and just dab it on. Perfect. You can get a little bit more glue if you want, just a little bit more, and dab it on around.
We can scrape it off.
Yeah, and then dab it on. Absolutely perfect. Right, I'll take that, put that on one side. And now what you do is you grab your little sprinkles and just sprinkle it on. A little bit more. Just a little bit at a time. Perfect. Right, so should we do some more?
Yes. No, it's your turn.
Okay, I'll do the blow. I'll put the glue on and you can do the sprinkles. How about that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around this side now and I'm going to do a little bit at this end. So I'm going to put a patch here. I'll do a couple of patches and you can do the sprinkles. I'm going to do a patch there. And what we're going to do, we're actually going to do a patch here and on top of the wood because I think that will look quite cool. Okay, right, so that's our glue done. So now, sorry, I'll just hold this for you so it's easier. Now get yourself some sprinkles, just a little bit. That's it, and then drop it on top of the glue. Perfect. Very good.
A little bit more on this one.
Yeah, a little bit more on that one. I'll brush it into place.
On this one.
And that one, go ahead.
And more.
Very good, right, so what we'll do is we'll brush that in so that it's on the glue. I'm going to put a little bit more here. Now can you see how I do this, how I drop it? Watch my fingers. So I move them backwards and forwards, and what that means is I control how much of this comes out. So watch again, drop it backwards and forwards. So I'm pulling my fingers. Can you do that motion like that? Yeah? Can you see? Give it a go. Perfect. Wow, that was very good. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to change colours and we're going to have a look at putting some flock on the base. So let's pick a different colour. Right, so we've picked out, what colour have we picked out? We've picked out a blue, which is homemade. I made that. Wait for a second, we need to do the glue first. And then I'm continuing to try to use up my shop bought green. So, do you want to put the paint on or do you want to put the flock on?
I'm gonna put a flock on.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint some paint on then. Paint some glue on. And it's exactly the same as we just did on top.
But I'm gonna do a sprinkle.
Yeah, you do the sprinkles, yeah. There we are.
You do a glue and I do a sprinkle.
That is a perfect division of labour, love. Very good. There we are. So that'll do for now. We might put some more on a little bit further up, but let's do this side first. So what we'll do, do you want to start with the blue or the green?
I like to start off with blue.
With the blue, right, there we are. So there's the blue. So remember that little movement you do? Here we are.
And more.
And a little bit on different ones. That's it, very good.
Yeah.
Brush that across, you've got enough there for that.
Oh, that was that.
Yeah, you need to pick up a little bit less. Pick up a little bit less at a time. You don't need to pick loads up, just pick a small pinch. You can always go back for more. That's it, just a tiny pinch. That's it, good girl. Very good. There we are. Right, so now we'll get the green out. And what we want to do is just a little bit of green on top, like that, do you see?
I like some blue.
So you do this side, you do here. Very good, do a little bit more. Very good. And I'll do the last bit because it's a bit hard to get in that close, isn't it, to the, don't fall off. Right, what we'll do now is we'll put a little bit more glue further on and we'll finish it off and we'll come back and show what it looks like when we're done. Right, so what we're going to do now, at your request, wasn't it, Rosie, is glue. So I want you to put some glue onto the paintbrush and then paint it over anywhere where you've got the sprinkles. So apply it quite thin. That's it, just paint it all over the sprinkles. And what we're doing here is we're sealing it in so it doesn't fall off. Okay, perfect. So just keep going, dip and paint. And yeah, this is basically the final stage of flocking, or applying sprinkles as you call it. And after that, I'm not sure, I think we're pretty much done on this build, which is really cool. I can't think of anything else I want to add. So yeah, so we'll just get cracking on with this, and then the project's finished and we have to think of something else to make together, won't we, love? Hey? She's very quiet, concentrating. Don't want to talk to Daddy, do you?
No.
No. But we'll think of something else to make after we finish this one. So yeah, let's get this all sealed. So now we're going to glue it on, aren't we?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I will put some white glue, PVA glue, in the little divot. And then you, if you turn it around like that, it goes in like that. Sit it down on top. That's it. And when that has gone off, which will be tomorrow, then that'll be done. It's been months since we worked on this, hasn't it? Yeah. I was just editing the video today and I realised, and I went and looked and we didn't have the stone there. So yeah. Right, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, it was nice to get to this after so long, and then as I was editing realised I'd actually forgotten that awesome stone that Rosie found and we had to go back and do it. But that was a nice kind of like dovetail, because this was the first time she really hobbied with me, and so the last clip is quite a long time afterwards, and you can see how confident she's getting and how much she's developed and grown up, which is just wonderful to see as a father. It's the best thing in the world to be doing this with my daughter. So I hope that you enjoyed that. Maybe it inspires you to do stuff. I don't think children are ever really too young to learn new things like this, to learn creativity and to be trusted to give things a go. Obviously sharp knives and things that could wound them, you need to be very, very careful with. So I'm not saying carte blanche, but just let them try, and it's the best thing in the world to spend time with your kids and to help them create and to give them joy. So yeah, brilliant. Thank you for watching, really appreciate it, particularly if you made it this far. I know this is a long video, what videos of mine aren't normally, so yeah, really appreciate it. I wrap up by saying, as I stand here, the war's still going on. If any of you are directly or indirectly impacted by that horrific war in Ukraine, then my thoughts do go out to you and anyone you know who may be trapped or impacted by it. Just horrible. And to everyone, please do stay healthy, stay safe, stay well, and remember, family first.